Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you all? Welcome to the Scary Saturdays that we do on this channel, which is literally like the sister channel to my beauty channel. I mean, it's the same channel, it's just the sister thing to my beauty channel, right? And today from the book of मेरा क्या नाम रखा था मैंने मेरी ज्ञान की किताब में से, I have a new chapter, and this new chapter is about Veronica, yes, the movie that is claimed to be the scariest movie on Netflix. Yes, that movie. But the question is, what do I have about that movie? I have the real life story of that movie, which is a little bit too spooky. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's get into the video. And before going in further, subscribe already. Okay, let's go. Veronica, it released in 2017, and since then it is said that Veronica is the scariest movie to ever release on Netflix. And sorry for the sound, पीछे चल रहा है कुछ काम, okay? So yeah, just don't listen to that, concentrate on me, okay? So, I did not see this movie because I don't know why. Since I watch all the horror movies under this, umbrella of this planet, I watched every movie that is horror, which is scary, almost every. Like, there is hardly any horror movie that I wouldn't have seen, okay? So I finally thought, okay, you know what, let me just check this movie out. It was a good movie. It wasn't the scariest movie, okay? If somebody is going to say that this movie will actually lead to a heart attack, no. Okay, but what really scared me, I mean, it was a little intimidating. It's that this movie is totally based on something that happened in the 90s, which is actually a real paranormal activity. And it is a pretty scary paranormal activity, to be honest. So I just wanted to share with you the story of Veronica plus what really happened in the real world. So yeah, starting off with Veronica first. So Veronica basically is this high school girl. She lives in Madrid, right? She has these three siblings. Two of them are twin sisters, Irene and Lucia, I believe. Yeah, and third one is a very young brother, which is Antonito. Okay, so what happens is Veronica, one of her friends, actually two of her friends, they actually do this seance. And what is a seance? A seance is when you call a spirit, okay? So they do this in the basement of their school on the day of a complete solar eclipse, which means the moon covers the sun entirely. And according to these people, their legends and folklores, जब ये ग्रहण होता है, solar eclipse, that is when the bad takes over the good, like the devil takes over, okay? They do the seance. Veronica wanted to talk to her father, the dead father, and what really happens is father to aate nahi, but of course devil aa jata hai, and Veronica is, something just goes inside Veronica acts scary and all that things. So for 2-3 days paranormal stuff is going around the house, and Veronica sees devils. She sees that atma, that some devil, something has taken over the house, has entered their house and is trying to hurt her and her siblings, okay? And at the end of this video, when Veronica unravels everything, she understands that it's not the spirit that is haunting this house, it's her. She has been possessed, and at the end of the video in the movie, she dies. She kills herself so that she does not harm her siblings, and she just dies, right? A very sad end to her story. And that is what happens in Veronica, right? And now coming to the real life thing of this Veronica, okay? Now this case is Velicus case, if I'm pronouncing it right. Yes, it's the Velicus case, and this happened in 1990s, so 1991. The thing is that when you check out the details, some would say 1992, some would say 1991, some would say 1990. So just take, वो उसी time की बात है, 1991 and so on, okay? So the girl, that is Veronica, was actually Estefania Gutierrez Lazaro. She was from Madrid, and okay, I'm trying to speak Spanish, so yeah, just give me a break over here. So Estefania, she was the girl, and she tried to contact the dead boyfriend of her friend, right? Her father, her family was completely living in the real world, right? Unlike the movie, she had both her parents, okay? So basically what happens is they were trying to do the seance, two of her friends and her, and they were trying to contact the dead boyfriend of her friend. And what really happens is something happens, a teacher interferes into the seance, and the Ouija board just breaks, and something from that board goes inside Estefania. And ever since then, Estefania's health just declined. She started having these convulsions, dore sort of, and all that thing. Her parents took her to hospitals. She was admitted into the hospital. She stayed in the hospital for about 6 months, and then she ultimately succumbed to her health issues that she died. Okay, so according to Estefania, when she was going all through this phase of around like 6 months, she hallucinated, she saw the devil, she saw spirits, she saw everything, right? She attacked her siblings while, being in this weird transit state, what do you call this? Yeah, trance state. When she was in this trance state, she used to, attack her siblings as well. And yeah, that happened. So she died in 1990. Somewhere it says 1990, somewhere it says 1991. So yeah, that is like that. Now, if you think that would end the misery, no. Once Estefania died, it is said that their house was haunted by a spirit. Now, most of the family members think it's Estefania's spirit, but it was a little confusing कि कौन सी spirit actually attack कर रही है, because it was really bad. So one day the family was sitting in their hall or something, and there was this sudden wind in their house. Everything was flying across the room because the wind was so strong, and there was no storm, there was just wind blowing across their room. And उस हवा में एस्टेफानिया की एक फोटो, अ फ्रेम्ड फोटो आके गिरती है उनके ड्राइंग रूम में, उनके हॉल में, उनके सामने, राइट? एंड एस्टेफानिया की उस फोटो में बीच में से आग लग जाती है अपने आप. So this is the same thing that happens in the movie as well. It is shown in the movie at the end, and that is what happens. And the family was shit scared, which, let me tell you, I don't know why they were staying in that house for so long. If I would have seen one paranormal activity in my vicinity, I would have left for another country. So what really happened is, this family, after this incident, was extremely scared. They contacted some policemen, the officers and everything, and the officers, they decided to check out what is happening in the house, but they couldn't find anything. This mystery is actually unsolved till date, which is okay. So these police officers, they were sitting in the room along with the family, the Gutierrez family, and what they really understand was paranormal activities around that house was intense. Christians have this crucifix of Jesus, right? The crucifix, actually, it just went upside down, ulta ho gaya, just like it happens in Conjuring. Yeah, and it just flew across the room. So that was happening, and the paranormal investigators were actually called in, and what they told was this is the spirit of their grandfather, which means, I think, Estefania की जो mom थी, उसके father की spirit थी ये, and that man was a little, he had this hatred towards the family. And when he was dying, he actually said this to Estefania, that I'm dying, but I'm not going to let you live peacefully. I mean, and that's exactly what happened. So this man, he was haunting the house, and Estefania's spirit was also present in the house when all of this was happening. And eventually the family left that home and lived somewhere else. So yeah, then after that, when they moved to some other house, there was no paranormal activity happening in their house ever since, right? And yeah, whatever the spirits were, they stayed in that particular house, did not go with them, which is good. And yeah, that is the story of Estefania, which is pretty effed up, if I can say so. Yeah. And yeah, so this case, it's not solved up until aaj tak, because they don't know kya ho raha hai, kya nahi ho raha hai, right? And yeah, I mean, it's a paranormal case, kya hi solve hoga, right? I hope you like this story, because I was a little scared of this one. Okay, so yeah, guys, if you like this story, if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll meet you in the next video, guys. Bye bye.